I need to vent, and if I come off angry, it's because I am. I just got a notification from the New York Times saying how counter-protesters at UCLA provoked violence, aka how pro-Israel protesters at UCLA provoked violence. And I'm done. I'm fed up. I'm done. I'm really angry. I feel like I'm literally being gaslit on like a Truman Show kind of level right now. And I find it gross and dehumanizing, the level of gaslighting that's being done. For people to have the nerve to tell Jewish kids, Israeli kids, Zionist kids, adult, I don't care who it is, that these protests are peaceful, that these protests are not calls for violence. For the past few weeks, I've been compiling a list here of things being said at some of these protests, and I'm going to go ahead and read them, and a little bit of background on each one and some of them. And their heroic and brave actions on October 7th.
Resistance and their heroic and brave action on October 7th. And they said, long live October 7th. And we say today, long live October 7th. Long live October 7th. Hamas is not a terrorist organization. Islamic Jihad is not a terrorist organization.
Go back to Poland. For context, 2.7 million Jews were killed in 5 killing centers. Yes, they were called killing centers in Poland as part of Hitler's final solution. The final solution to the Jewish question was the last stage of the Holocaust, from 1941 to 1945, where the majority of Jewish victims were systematically murdered. And guess what was also held up at a protest? Final solution. What also alludes to Hitler's final solution is
Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution!
Globalize the Intifada, long live Intifada. That one is very common. That one is chanted. I hear that all the time. The Intifada, the first and second Intifada, marked a series of, from 2000 to 2005, over 141 suicide bombings against innocent Israeli civilians, Jewish civilians, Zionist civilians. There were Molotov cocktails, bombings, lynchings, throwing stones and murdering innocent Israeli civilians. So no, in no way, shape, or human form is Intifada peaceful, literally at all. And to gaslight us into thinking that it is, we are Hamas.
That's a good one. You're what? You're Hamas?
Yes, we're all Hamas, I see the pig one, a lie. I see statues of pigs. It is prohibited in Judaism to eat pork. In Judaism, it is seen as an unclean animal. So you're calling Jews the animal they view as unclean.
You're gonna see Nazi bitches! Nazi bitches!
Nazis! Goodbye, Nazis!
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi?
Yeah, you're all
Why?
Nazis. You're literally all
Nazi bitches, you're calling Jews the evil monsters who systematically murdered 6 million of us in the Holocaust. Oh Hamas, oh loved one, hit/strike Tel Aviv. We have Zionists who have entered the camp. We are going to create a human chain where I am standing so that they do not pass this point. Start to push them out of the camp, one step forward, another step forward.
This was followed several years later by the expulsion of Jewish students from German public schools.
I heard someone yell my name, and then I heard them yell out my student ID number, my personal student ID number. What? And it was coming from this lawn area where there's this encampment, and they said, we know who you are. We know that you're a biology PhD student, and you're not welcome on this campus.
I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school, and they're not letting me walk in.
I take the same path to class every single day, and when I got there, it was blocked off by these students. Not a security guard, but by these students. I showed them my ID and I said, this is the way I entered a class. Please let me in. When they refused, I quickly understood what was happening. I handed my phone to my fellow Jewish friend.
You guys are allowed to have your hands, you're allowed to stand here, and so am I. And I'm also allowed to physically walk in there.
We have Zionists! We have Zionists! Who have entered the camp! Who have entered Stop killing children! Get someone wrap around. Get inside. Grab back up by the center door.
This isn't how you do that. Come on.
It's not assault.
Yes, it is. It's 100% assault.
I got it all on video.
Grab back
Don't
up.
worry.
100% assault. Sir, this is 100% assault.
Maxim! Free Palestine! Are you okay?
As a soldier who's in Gaza, I want to let you guys know I care about Palestinians, I care about Muslims, and you guys are refusing to have that conversation. How are we ever going to have peace if this is your result? You refuse free speech. You refuse access. Explain how this is fair.
Take them away!
Remember the 7th of October? That will happen not one more time, not 5 more times, not 10 more times, not 100 more times, not 1,000 more times, but 10,000 more times.
7th of October is about to be every day.
By any means necessary is shouted all the time. Al-Qassam. Al-Qassam is a subgroup of Hamas. Al-Qassam, we love you. We support your rockets too. Nazi bitches, we don't want no two-state, we'll take all of it. What scares me the most is it's at a point where your dehumanization of us and your vilification of us has snowballed so much that I feel like I can say all of those things, and somehow to you, they are still peaceful. Saying death to Israelis is considered peaceful. Saying death to Zionists is considered peaceful. Saying death to Israel is peaceful. Saying death to Jews is peaceful. Because now I'm seeing, I think to you, we are literally monsters. 90% of Jews are Zionists. Zionism, by definition, is the movement for the self-determination and statehood for the Jewish people in their ancestral homeland, the land of Israel. The vast majority of Jews around the world feel a connection or kinship with Israel, whether or not they explicitly identify as Zionists, and regardless of their opinions on the policies of the Israeli government. And I'm really tired of these kids at these protests hiding behind and using the 10% of Jews who agree with them or you to justify your we love Jews. No, you don't love Jews. You hate Jews, actually. If you loved Jews, you'd listen to the 90% of us who feel that Israel is so deeply ingrained in who we are and where we come from. You'd listen to the 90% of us when we tell you that calling for an intifada revolution is literally death to all Jews. Violent uprising against Jews. Death to all Israelis. That was actually said at all these things. Death to Israel is said at all these things. But that's what you're saying. You're calling for death to the millions of Jews who live in Israel. And what makes me so mad is that somehow, because of this dehumanization and because of this complete twisting of our words and our narrative, that is seen as anti-war. That is seen as the side with empathy. That is seen as non-violent. So, when a pro-Israel kid, pro-Israel students, counter-protesters stand up for themselves, because you are calling for literally death to all Jews. You're calling to kill us all. Now that is peaceful. And so when we stand up for ourselves, we are violent. Because you have dehumanized us so much. October 7th, raping us, killing us, burning us alive, kidnapping us, chopping off our limbs, murdering us. That is peaceful. That is resistance. That is anti-war. And when we stand up for ourselves, we are genocidal, warmongering pigs. So I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm so done. going to stand here with my full chest and tell you, a Zionist, like most Zionists, believe in peace for Palestinians, 1,000%. I believe in coexistence. I believe in Israelis and Palestinians coexisting. I believe in love. So stop, please, twisting my words to fit your narrative, to justify your hatred for Jews. These protests aren't peaceful. And if you're a Jewish kid on campus right now, oh my God, I am sending you the biggest hug ever. Like, I'm sending you such a I love you so much. In November, I wrote a post about how calling us colonizers and oppressors and ethnic cleansers was anti-Semitic and wrong, and that the normalization of those words were harmful. Today, I'm making a video pleading with people to stop saying death to all Jews, death to all Israelis. And I think that's just an important note here, because after October 7th, when we were pleading with you to stop using certain words because they were harmful, this is what we mean. That now it's normal to bar Jewish kids from classes. So I refuse to let months go by and months from now make another video like this and the words are worse and what's going on college campus. No. Anyways, now I'm done for real. I love you. To every Jewish kid on campus right now, to every Zionist on campus, to every Israeli on campus, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please DM me, text me, call me. I am here always. I love you.